Thank you for everybody coming. You guys probably talked all about the game. Anybody got any questions?
What flavor snowball would you get?
Got ice cream and pineapple, my favorite. The people who do the snowball stand, they're all John Curtis people. And I was talking to him about JT winning 622 games. Unbelievable. So it's really neat.
Do you care about style points, Coach? You've been in a lot of.
Oh, you'd like to play your very best. I don't know if we played our very best, but it's like I told our guys. A win is big. It's in this, especially this time of year, and we'll take it. You work real hard. You want that outcome, and sometimes it's a hell of a lot better than a pretty loss. I know that, so we'll take it.
What are the particular elements of the last few victories that kind of transcend the score, that make you feel like, well, I'm just so happy with how this went that I'm not as worried about how close the final score was?
It's always good when the offense finishes with the ball and you're ahead. That always helps you. I thought we had a couple of times where our offense did a sensational job of getting first downs and running the clock. I think we had the ball for 11 minutes and 31 seconds in the fourth quarter. When you have the ball offensively, you're playing great defense. We only defended 42 plays on defense. That's probably the least I've probably defended in a long time. I'm sure it's the least I've defended since I've been here at Tulane. So, there's just, there's a lot of good things to get from it, but there's some things we got to clean up. We need to, we talk about 4-point plays all the time, defensively only allowing a field goal or getting a takeaway, and offensively scoring touchdowns instead of kicking field goals. So, we got to take advantage when we're in the red zone and get touchdowns.
Well, have you told your team you got to play a lot better to have a chance to do what you want to do?
We know that. There's been some times we played real well. We played some close games last year also. But we just, when you get this stage of the season, you got to juggle, doing some new things with also keeping guys healthy. And you can't, we're like everybody in America right now. We're beat up, and we got to make sure we can get them to the dance. So that's a big part of it as well. But we want to accomplish goals. We want to accomplish. We're going to play better in all three phases.
You said on Saturday you kind of throwing away wanting to play the perfect game, but how does it feel to know that your team can win in just about any scenario at this point?
Well, that's good. I think that shows you that we're a veteran squad and we've got a lot of fantastic leadership, and they believe that we're going to win. And, down 10-zip pretty quick last week, and the guys, they're resolved, never wavered on the sideline or in the locker room, and that's good. I've had, one of my buddies sent me a bunch of stuff about, we're now winning a bunch by enough. That's a good problem to have. I like that. I'm not a big social media guy, so I'll get a chance to read all that stuff. But I got a couple nice emails, which was good. When I first got here, I told the team I got patted on the back because we played hard and we were organized. We had the correct 11 out on the field all the time, and that lasted about a year or two. Now we're now winning by enough, so that's good. We've gotten better.
You got to cover.
We're improved.
So, we're talking about is late season football with these high stakes games. I know you're a college basketball fan, and in the tournament they say survive in advance. Do you see any kind of parallels? Is that to that?
Oh, I don't know. Just where we're at. I don't know. There's a lot of teams that are like in that situation right now. They got to, every game's important. I'm glad all our games are important right now. That's big for us.
You mentioned the 42 plays. How much of the new clock rules changed?
I think a lot of it was we didn't play at a very high tempo, and they didn't either. And the week before, we didn't defend very many plays against Rice. I think we had 8 possessions, and ECU had 7 possessions also. So I think the new clock rules have something to do with it, but not, it was just kind of a rare game a little bit. We got a whole bunch of 3 and outs. I mean, after the first quarter, they had 47 yards of offense. You know, Coach Wood and his defense staff did a fabulous job, and then obviously the players executed the game plan, you know, almost to perfection in the second, third, and fourth quarter.
You played a ton of close games, but you look at the stats, you've got the leading rusher in the conference, you've got the most efficient quarterback in the conference, you've got one of the leading rushing defenses in the nation, and I think your pass efficiency defense is third in the conference. Does that, I mean?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of good
you have
things.
a-
Yeah.
You have a pretty complete team if
Yeah.
you play 4 quarters.
Yeah, I agree with you. But we got to do that. We got to play well all 4 quarters, and you know that's what we're chasing.
How badly does this team need a win where they're not stressing out the inches too much?
We'd love to have one, but we'll take it by one. I'm not greedy, man. These things are hard to get. It beats the alternative. I know that, but we're just trying to play better, and you know, and that's just part of parity right now in college athletics. I think, you know, everybody's, you know, everybody kind of does it a little different. We're more of the high school model recruiting, and other people are grabbing people, you know, from other places, and so you can kind of get good in a hurry. And I think we got some good teams in the conference. I think some teams that are going to be really good over the next few years. So it looked like, and again, I don't know them all by heart, but it looked like there was a lot of close games in the conference last week.
Are you going to watch the CFB rankings tonight?
No, I usually find out about it later.
Who
What
tells
time's it on at?
you? 6 o'clock. Who
6
tells you?
o'clock. Oh, usually somebody from the office tells me, right? Somebody, we're all up there working till pretty late, so.
What's Jaquan Jackson's status?
I think he's going to be able to play. We're going to find out, you know. So you know, that's another thing too that, you know, you guys just got done interviewing Sincere. You know, we kind of backed off on him a little bit today. I think he's played over 4,000 college snaps. You know, so that's a lot of games. You know, so and Quan's the same way. He's played a lot of college football, and we want him fresh and ready to go on Saturday.
Could you, in just all of your years of experience, comment on your impressions of this team's late game steadiness?
Well, we got some clutch guys. You know, Pratt is, you know, he's clutch. He's again, he's played a ton of football, and you know, so you know, there's not a whole lot you can throw at him that he hasn't seen before. You know, and we talked about Sincere, and that's kind of where it starts, right? That's like the pitcher and the catcher, you know, center and the quarterback, and want to be strong up the middle, and we're really strong up the middle. Those guys are really smart, and we talk a whole bunch about situational football. You know, you know, we have every meeting we show something that somebody across the country's done that was real smart or real dumb. You know, and then we try to put them in those situations out of practice and really go over those things a bunch. And it's really good for me too, because I've been in that situation before, and I've coached it. I've maybe seen how someone else did it correctly or incorrectly.
Coach, have you ever had a guy in your coaching box who you didn't know who they were? I mean, have you ever, in all your years, had to turn around and say, who is that guy?
I don't know what kind of answer I should give to that. I
mean,
think I know
it
what
is
you're
pretty-
talking about.
It is, you do. It is
I don't,
pretty
you know,
unusual,
I
right?
just, you know, it'll be interesting to see how everything unfolds, you know. Someone's telling the truth, someone had. I'll leave it at that.
Have you ever encountered that where you thought somebody
No,
was stealing from you?
no. During the games, it happens always, you know, where you're looking, you see some, maybe the third or fourth quarter, you know, either out on the field, you see hand signs, you see stuff on the sidelines, but certainly, you know, I don't think anybody's seen it where it's been premeditated, where you've gone to, you know, I haven't heard of that. I'm sure it's occurred before, and we'll find out if it's occurred in this instance or not.
So if a guy is on the sideline, will you, in sunglasses,
Yeah,
will you
I
look
don't-
at Jason and say, who is that guy?
Only if he has a blue dot on it.
If you
last year we had a bunch of injuries. I mean, we just don't sit around and talk about it with our players because it's doesn't accomplish anything. Next man up, let's go, and that's why you rep a bunch of guys during the week, and they got to come in and they got to be able to play. So there's not 22 guys getting reps. Everybody's getting reps. Our backups on punt team get a bunch of reps. So we got to throw we could throw the whole second punt team in, and we'd be able to operate. So, I don't know. There's been some years I haven't had very many injuries, but last year in particular we had a bunch.
And that kind of leads back to what you said a few weeks ago about turning those 2 or 3-star recruits into 5-star recruits.
Well, that's what we think we're a developmental program, and guy stays in our program, he's going to get better. He's going to become a better tackler. He's going to become a better blocker. He's passer, whatever technique, pass pro, run block. He's going to get better. He's become a smarter football player. I think our staff does a super job of that, and that's something I really emphasize. I love sitting in our coaches' meetings. I do that. I sit in an offensive coaches meeting, a defensive coaches meeting every morning, and I take notes, how they can improve as a presenter and a teacher and a coach. And it ends up, I learn a lot because those guys do such a really good job.
All right.
Everybody good?
Thanks.
Thank you all.